Hi everyone, welcome to the Libra next 2 weeks, Sun, Moon, Rising, and maybe even a few cross watchers. Alrighty, let's clear the area. I have been kind of meditating on what's been going on, clearing my space, my head space, and everything else. I have found that this might get a better result in holding this up. I experimented with this the last few days. So let's clear the space and get the reading for Libra for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't like touching it. I don't want to touch it. I can still hear it a little bit, but as soon as I touch it, it's done. All right, so I'm gonna switch this around. Sorry, that may not have been particularly, vibrant. So Libra for the next 2 weeks. It's been the last couple of weeks have been pretty intense, and this is timeless. I like to kind of look up to see what the current energies are, but that really doesn't fit because this is timeless and those will change. They change moment to moment, and you might even be picking up on something a little bit different despite what others are saying. So all right, so we do go right to the source, right to the one, to the original thought, the original word, again, the original source. And we look for clear, concise, and open communication. If any of the energies that are benevolent to us for Libra, we're gonna be grateful for that. And I just heard from the top, how many? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes it's almost like I hear this discussion. I kind of hear like a discussion that, okay, should we, it's almost like, they're kind of trying to determine, well, I guess it depends on what she's going to say. Like, get it right, Auric. Speak it. So, major arcana. And it is the Lovers, and it's that yin and yang and marriage, acceptance, warts and all of us, all of us as an individual. It sounds kind of weird, but you know what I mean, because even though the illusion of separateness exists, we are all one but separate. It's kind of like if you look at what your body is. Your body is a community of cells, and there's life, there's death, there's war, there's all kinds of fun stuff going on, and this is an amalgamation of you, me, us. So this is a call to put into action, which is the yang, I believe, right? Grounding, blessing, and there's been a lot of accomplishments in our life. As Libra, there has been a lot of accomplishments. If this isn't something you're experiencing right now, it can manifest. It's up to us to manifest, take those steps. But this is like thoughtful planning and skillfulness. Wow, okay, I definitely feel this. I have probably a little bit. I think everybody's got a little bit of something in each one of the zodiacs. But this 9 of Wands is, don't feel like you are a shadow of yourself. It's like you're burned out, you're tired. Don't black out, because look at this dude's like a shadow. And don't dim your light. Know that you are And you know, it's not just ourselves. This could also be a relationship that we have with anybody. It could be family, coworker, could be a partner. So don't wear yourself out with even trying to make that work. Well, oh my, yes. So there's a lot of pent up frustration and oh wow. This is like a request to release. It's almost like we got to get out of our heads. You know, I personally have pulled cards on myself, and then I'll listen to maybe random other readers, and it's kind of like, wow, this does come up for me quite a bit. And it's a tendency to overthink. And when we have a tendency to overthink, we're going to get burned out a lot quicker. You know what I mean? This is a call for us to communicate. Talk out loud. And be open to others communicating with you as well. Being open right now is really important. Yep. New beginnings. And it's almost like I'm hearing that this is going to be more difficult to accomplish if we're not open. So we have to be open and connected to our wisdom. And being, you know, this is going to be left behind. This is going to be left behind. We have to let go of this. You know what I mean? We have to let go of this. We'll never forget it. It will never be out, away, disappear. But we need to definitely separate ourselves from the stress and the strife. It's kind of like you got to move everything away from this bit of craziness. I have to tuck my cloth over a little bit. All right, I'm being asked to take a different deck. This is a stunning deck. I love it. All right, so these are usually I bought these to do like financial stuff. And I keep hearing relationships. And maybe it could be that it's your relationship with money. It could also be your relationship with just how you're organizing your finances. It could also be a relationship with your job. And your job relationship could be influenced and affected by the relationships that you have within that particular job or scope of practice that you're involved in. Alrighty. Bad investment, financial challenges, savings, career, office work, night shift, job ending. So this is definitely a relationship with ourselves. And it's not that we are a bad investment. It's just that we are thinking that we've made too many mistakes to recoup. But I see this as your wisdom tying in to the new beginning and talking to yourself and to others as needed. Open up the communication. Perhaps there's been a little bit of maybe hanging on to things that don't serve us. And a lot of times that's why the swords will come up. We're hanging on to things that don't serve us anymore. And it will bog us down and box us in. 3. Okay. So this is letting us know that this is like an awareness thing. This is bringing things to our awareness. Because we do have this ability to lead and seeking out. Again, this is leading back to communication. And being in it for the long haul. This is long game. And military is like structure. And taking the time. Communication can come in quickly, but take the time to assess what you need to do. Once that happens, we will definitely be able to take action. And this is where this coherence comes in, this cooperation. taking action, hustle, manifest money. So it's almost like if we're doing these things, this will happen. If you want apples, you have to shake the trees. Seek openings that have a greater payoff. Because a lot of times I think we sell ourselves short, and maybe we're kind of discarding things and overthinking them, and just kind of feeling overburdened by them. Let's find out what kind of energy, what kind of energy can we look forward to that's going to be most helpful. And then this is only 2 weeks. And a lot of times we have to work with what's presented. If they're saying there are retrogrades or certain things that are direct, or if they're talking about, whatever house is present at this time for you, take that with a grain of salt. Because ultimately, there is power within us. All right, so I'm going to tell a personal story before I look at the sacred geometry. I was on a business trip, and I had to cross a very large bridge, and it's the Mackinac Bridge in Michigan in the U.S., and I had a really bad, it was bad. It felt really bad. And I'm not like that. I don't get like paranoid or anything like that. And this overwhelming sense of, wow, am I going to get into an accident or something? This is like really creepy. And I'm not a fan of bridges, but that bridge has never bothered me despite its enormity. And I did kind of center myself and just pulled like a yes or no, and I got a big fat yes. And I love my car, and it's my bread and butter. It gets me to and from work. And I stood there for a second. I was like, you know what? What the heck, man? I am in control of this. That's why these cards are so important for us to take and look at and say, I don't have to be this worrywart. I don't have to feel, burned out and wounded. I don't have to feel like I've made bad investments. We all make mistakes, but we are the best investment ever. This is what we are. You know what I mean? We can change this. This is the empowerment side of who and what we are. We are presented with certain, it's not frequency is not the word, but something that is like resonating. It has this vibratory quality to it. And those are actually multidimensional. These vibrations that we have and that we put out with our thoughts. All right, reconnecting, recentering with our heart. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. This is about that forgiveness thing too, right? We have to, unconditionally. And a lot of people have a hard time letting go if we feel like we've been wronged. We gotta get rid of that. Cut it loose. Let it loose. Untie it. Untether it. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. That is the heart chakra. And what I would encourage people to do is stop the video, and you can embody this just by looking at it. You will pick up the frequencies, and they will become a positive influence. That's just kind of how it works. It's just like when you see a crystal, and it's beautiful, and you don't have to buy it. Just keep an image of that crystal, and it'll be amazing. Solar plexus chakra. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower. Weren't we just kind of talking about that? We can be presented with a certain set of circumstances, and we can be, woe is me, what am I going to do? I'm so burned out, blah, blah, blah. Hey, we've all been there. That can kind of crop up in a heartbeat, right? Heartbeat. So this is telling us to recenter with our heart, but the solar plexus is the flower of the solar plexus chakra, is the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. Again, contributing to the whole. Just like your body has, certain things going on in it, certain functions. And we have a place in this arena, if you will, of what we call Earth that we are responsible for, and we can make it better, but it always starts from within. It always starts from within. Okay, I thought that was it, but I asked again, and I'm getting a tug towards this. And I heard maybe 3 or 4 more. Okay. And this is really kind of nice because this is very empowering. This is very, very empowering. Find you. I'll meet you at the wishing well. Right. Libra, next 2 weeks. We're gonna knock this one out of the park, I think. We're gonna rise like a phoenix. We're gonna get grounded and centered. We're gonna admit when we were wrong. We're gonna actually be able to, take those lemons and make that lemonade, baby. Alrighty. 1, 2, and 3. Spirit knows that I am not one for too many repeatings. I like to do things different. So, rescue. There are 2 things going on here with us for me. Okay, so do you want to be the rescuer, or do you want to be the one who's being rescued? And I mean, you really want to wait around that long? Because, if that balloon is, it's going to be subject to the wind, and you don't know if it'll ever be able to rescue you. So we need to build our own stuff. And also, well, let's see what she has to say about it, because I feel like that this is saying something different. Hang on 1 second. I gotta make a wee cough. All right, and I'm going to take a little sip of water because that was a hard, dry cough. Alrighty, thanks for waiting. All right. Well, she says, what does she basically say? You're always safe and secure and free to be yourself. Well, and that's true, but don't expect to be rescued, right? Oh, this ties in with this. And I heard, yeah, Auric, you didn't quite get this one. We knew it. Because I forgot about this. We were talking about this, idea of, communicating, being open not only to expect support from ourselves, but also from the one, from the source, and the divine. And it's almost like when we start to relax and open and get centered, that these new beginnings, that we always have a safe place. We always have a safe place. I work in mental health during the day, during the week, and one of the interesting things is in a safety plan, that's one of the things that we ask is, where is your safe place? And people always say, oh, it's my bedroom. Oh, it's this place in the closet. Oh, it's this place. You know what? My safe place is within me. Because it's going to be there with me wherever I am. And I can always recenter myself and realize that I am the safe place. Hope that's helpful to somebody. Sometimes it's hard to find that safe place because we need to be cleaning house. So declutter. That's all I got out of that. Yep. And that's about the taking action too. And you will always have some form of encouragement. If you need encouragement, if you need support, if you don't have it locally, please do reach out to a trusted practitioner. If you don't have one available to you, please do let me know, and I will hopefully be able to help you find what you're looking for, because everybody is a little bit different, right? Oh, shit. Yep. It says I'm muted, but I'm not. Sorry, I said a naughty word, didn't I? It says it's reading it, but it has this other little window up. Then it said I was muted. I'm hoping not, man, because that really kind of would mess it up and I'll have to do this all over again. But hopefully not. Hopefully that was good for you. And it's all about, I'm not going to worry about it. Whatever is said that needs to be heard is going to be beneficial. Whatever needs to be said is beneficial for all, as long as we're not going to overthink it and burn ourselves out. Yeah, avoid that for as long as you can. And it'll help us all grow. Alrighty, I hope everybody has a great couple of weeks. Hopefully I'll be able to get all the rest of these out in another 2 weeks. And Libra, stay safe and reach out if you need help. Thanks so much. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.